Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Grumpy's Corner. In a week from this Sunday is the Super Bowl, and the two Super Bowl cities are Cincinnati and Los Angeles. So this week we're going to look at Cincinnati, and next week we're going to look at LA. So let's begin. This story begins with Thomas Alva Edison. Yes, Edison, the Wizard of Menlo Park. Oops, there we go. Wait a second, you say. How does that make sense? Edison's Menlo Park is in New Jersey. Well, let me tell you. Edison, genius Edison, inventor of so many things, it was all wrapped up in one company called the Edison Company. All was fine and dandy until old Tommy fell in with J.P. Morgan, who had more money than he knew what to do with. So he bought up Edison and several other similar companies and called the whole mess General Electric. Come on, Mr. Quirk, what's the point of all this jibber-jabber? Hold on, like a gourmet dinner, I'm setting the table. So now let's cut to the present. Right now, there are only two manufacturers of large aircraft jet engines. One is located in Connecticut, and the other, yes, General Electric, has its aviation division located in, altogether now, Cincinnati. There's the other one. So when I was auditing for a major airline, my travels inevitably took me to the Queen City, which is the first main point. I didn't see any queens there, male or female, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The weirdness starts before you even get there. Cincinnati's airport is in Kentucky. Cincinnati is in Ohio. See what I mean? You haven't even touched Earth yet and you're confused. To be fair, once you land, Cincinnati is just over the Ohio River. Ohio, Kentucky. Kind of lazy on old Cincy's part, don't you think? When their city fathers decided they needed an airport, they just hijacked the nearest airport, which just happened to be in another state. And Cincinnati's main culinary claim to fame are their chili parlors. That's right. Chili parlors, the main one being a local chain called Skyline. There are several others, but Skyline rules supreme. I had seen several stories on Cincinnati chili on the Food Network. Always up for trying new things, especially chili, which I love. I couldn't wait to get to a chili parlor. Yes, parlor, but we'll get into that in a bit. When the manager we were working with at GE asked what we would like for lunch, I cunningly brought up the chili. The man's face literally lit up. Really? He asked. You know about that? Yeah, you may live in the middle of nowhere, but that doesn't mean others don't know your secrets. After all, we live in the information age. Anyhow, after it was decided that we would go to lunch at Skyline, or just happened to have one down the street, he put the word out to his staff that he would be taking us to Skyline if any of them wanted to join us, and off we went. Expecting some luxurious parlor complete with red crushed velvet sofas and chairs, drinking brandy through big glass snifters, smoking cigars, and heartily eating chili, I was stunned to see this place. Little tables with attached molded plastic chairs. It was lit brighter than outside. That's good. It was lit brighter than outside. This was no sensuous parlor. It was a fast food designer's dream. We were schooled on how to order, but you get a bowl of spaghetti. Yep, spaghetti, pasta, covered in this brown goo, which they're calling the chili, and that's covered in finely shredded yellow cheese. This is called a three-way. You were supposed to let the cheese melt into the chili before consuming. And while you were waiting for that to happen, you ate a couple of little hot dogs covered in the same goo and cheese. These are called conies. And I'm sure that is short for Coney Island. And that is a reference to Nathan's, the hot dog of Coney Island. These didn't resemble a Nathan's in any way. These should be called gaggers. So now my three-way is ready. I taste. Oh my God, I think this stuff is horrible. Mr. GE must have seen it on my face. He said that this wasn't Texas-style chili. And I immediately renamed Mr. GE Mr. Understatement. This wasn't Texas, Oklahoma, or even Nebraska chili. It is an entity unto itself, and I will henceforth refer to it as stuff. You order it by the previously mentioned way. Pasta, stuff, and cheese is the three-way. Add onions, four-way. Whoops. Beans, five-way. Want the stuff to spill out all over a plate they put under your bowl? Then you want it juicy. How many readers think I'm making this up? I swear I might be quirky and odd, but this goes way beyond that. Want proof? Guess what? For some reason, and I don't know why, there are other skylines. If you live in Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, or Florida, you just might have one near you. But remember, you've been warned. So remember when I said Mr. Understatement invited anyone who wanted to join us? About 20 other folks showed up. Amazing. Needless to say, I got heartburn for 3 days after my three-way. No amounts of Tums, Rolaids, Alka-Seltzer, Brioski, Mica Magnesia, or 10 boxes of Arm & Hammer would cure it. It had to run its course. I haven't been back to Cincinnati since, nor do I plan to. It's on the same list of places that I won't visit. You think this story was bad? Let me tell you about wieners in Rhode Island. But that's a whole nother story. That's wieners in Rhode Island. And my wife's going to hit me after I get done with this for doing this to her beloved wieners.
Love.
Yes, they roll them up on their arm. So, that's my story of Cincinnati. A week from today, I'll be doing my story on Los Angeles. I want to thank everyone for their continued support. It's really gratifying to hear all the nice comments people are making. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Actually, you're giving Sue the thumbs up, not me. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week.
If I offended anybody.
Oh, yes, if I offended anyone that's from Ohio, or more specifically, Cincinnati, I do apologize. Thanks.